Hello and welcome, welcome and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on an incredibly special edition of Un Poco Mas, the show where we dig down deep, we leave it all in the field, and we give you just a little bit more. Of course, they do call me mini water because I'm short. I am cylindrical, if not a little bit rotund, and most of my ideas are all wet. Of course, they call me Little Danny Cornbread DeCarlo anywhere out near Las Vegas because I am moist, doughy, and I crumble under pressure. They call me the tugboat because I'm short in stature. I pull more than my own weight, and I'm rarely far from my home port. They call me Stubby Cohiba due to an unfortunate manscaping accident I had in the late 1970s in South Florida with a Vitamix blender. It's unfortunate, guys. Nicknames are terrible. I know I have to drop this bit, but a few of you guys still enjoy them. Let's see who this is. Let me see here. Gotta shut the old ringer off because the phone has been ringing off the hook today, guys. I'm sure you're all busy on a Monday. But I did want to give you just a little bit more and talk about SoFi Technologies Incorporated, of course, my first love. I just love this company. I've never seen this type of growth that is just so consistent quarter after quarter, up markets, down markets, high rates, low rates, good economy, bad economy. They don't experience, the increases in defaults that other people. They have superior hedges than other companies. It's just a really well run company. It's the same reason, I love Microsoft. I also love SoFi. I love Noto. I love this investment. It's my number two individual holding after Microsoft. I'm also a big Tesla guy, so Tesla just surging. Might have come back up close to SoFi, but I think actually Google now is my number three stock. I don't keep track. I have a lot of different accounts, and I don't keep track of these things on like a minute by minute basis, like which stock I own more of than the other one. But I do tend to, I do tend to know that SoFi is right up there. Either I think it's the number two stock that I own. Anyway, guys, just trying to analyze like what's going on. A lot of people are saying, "Hey, should I take profits on SoFi?" I mean, lest we forget, SoFi just was banged off of the the eights just about 5 months ago. So the stock has not just 3x but like 3.5x. You can see it on the chart, guys. I mean, if you look, it was just early April. The stock was down here at $8.60. And then just in July, we're closing here almost $28. So you can see the stock has actually 3.5x in, a matter of what, less than 5 months or just about 5 months. So it's an extraordinary move. Now, I'm not saying it's as big as a Palantir or a Hood move, but the reason I like this move is because I believe this move is more sustainable. I believe the EPS will quickly catch up to this valuation and surpass this valuation. That's why the title of my video is I really think SoFi is going to just blow right through 30 and keep going, because the whole, you notice the entire bearish narrative, to the extent that there is one surrounding SoFi at this point in time, is, they're not talking about defaults are going to increase, higher for longer. They're not talking about lack of demand. Basically, they've just gone to valuation concerns. The multiples are getting overheated. And I guess there's an argument to be made, if you just look at it in black and white, hey, the multiples are high. But if you look at it in context with the growth, with the innovation, with the new products coming, people who keep saying, oh, Hood's innovating so fast, New's innovating so fast. Very, very true. They're introducing more features more quickly. And people might yell at me for saying this, but I think SoFi could do the same thing anytime they wanted. They could tag on more features, more cards, more, options. They could have done a full option suite years ago, anytime they wanted. There was nothing stopping them. I think they've been very strategic how they've added what services in what order to build the membership. That's what I think people just don't get is so valuable about SoFi, is this membership that they've built. It's almost kind of staggering when you think, okay, I don't know exactly how many members SoFi has right now. I think it's around 10 million. Every single quarter, think about how much the membership is growing, and think about the quality of those members, and think about how that coincides with them adding more services, and think about how that coincides with them approaching these margins they're talking about. Anthony Noto's always said, the margins should be, the net margin of the bottom line should be 20%. He's like, wink, wink. They always do that. They know it can be higher. They know this cost structure is brilliant. They don't have it's like, hey, come visit us at a SoFi branch. I said there are no branches. This is why no traditional bank is going to be able to compete in the long run with SoFi unless they adapt, unless they change, with the times very, very quickly. I was just reading a statistic that 96% of United States households are taking advantage of some form of actual banking services. Only 4% now are debanked. A lot of that has to do with a lot of this going online. In fact, just about half, I think it was 49%, use the app as their primary form of banking. So that's half, and it's just going up all the time. SoFi, perfectly positioned, right place, right time, right company, right services. They're not too aggressive. They don't scare the hell out of people. They're not just going for people who want to trade options and crypto. Those people will come. But what they wanted to do was build this ultra valuable membership base. Like you always hear about in America, there's extremely high concentration of wealth, how, very few people own most of the wealth and the income disparity, but the wealth disparity is even more so. So SoFi is going for people that they think are going to become wealthy, ultra high credit people, graduate degree holders, doctors, the people that are going to give them the highest value over a lifetime, the highest earnings, the most revenue over the entire lifetime relationship with that customer. I'm not putting down other fintech. I know I do it all the time. It's more tongue in cheek. I mean, hell, I'm very happy for the people that have made a ton of money with Hood. I mean, there's just no arguing that Hood is absolutely crushing it. But if you look, even their revenues, they're not growing steadily like SoFi. They're like all over the place. The volatility it's nowhere near as reliable. That's just over the long term. I'd rather own SoFi. Now, over the last little short term, I wish I owned more Hood. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. I'm ass out. I'm ass out of luck. Oh. It's friend of the show, Low Country Luton Pond. How are you, good sir? Oh, the great Carl Seamark is here. 55%. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, Carl. It's crazy how that position, if you have a pretty high share count and you were, the stock was just down at 8, or I mean, if you really look at what happened here, it's so bullish. I mean, the stock was consolidating here from 15 to 16, and then they just walked it down. You can see these steps, 1, 2, 3, 4-part walk down with these little kickers. So they were trying to buy here at 11. They weren't really trying to buy here at 13, but they were trying to accumulate here at 11. They were definitely trying to accumulate all through here. See this run from 8 back up here to, this back to the 13 area. Look at all this accumulation. These are institutions buying. And I mean, look at this channel. It's just absolutely beautiful. Don't worry about this gap. I'm telling you, sometimes stocks run and they just run away from you. Like, oh, that horse is going to come back. Don't worry. He's like, I don't think that horse is coming back. Dude, this horse can run, and this horse has plenty left in the tank. I think it's blowing by 30. I mean, this level right up in this area is, all-time highs just to push out of this channel. You say, well, the volume's not that. Actually, volume has been increasing, last few days into this big move up. And what did I always used to say, guys, with SoFi? I used to say, you don't want to see 25, 30 million shares traded, and you don't want to see 150, 200 million shares churned. You want to see that 60, 70, maybe 80 million shares. Beautiful day today. 66 million shares traded. Oh, what else do I have for you besides a bunch of nothing? A big bag of hot air. Oh, guys, we're man-boobing for fun and profit. You know what Noto Lurker does? Throws his bike in the back of the truck, drives around, counts his steps. I guess acceptable. Anyway, what was I going to talk about? I have no idea. I'm so tired, guys. I don't know what the hell happened this weekend. I feel like I got run over by a truck. Oh, don't get old. Totally sucks. Sorry if this ad's playing. I'm supposed to have my volume off here. Apologies. Um, anyway, guys, look at the institutional ownership on SoFi. It's just gone, beyond all-time highs. This is one of the biggest, monthly increases you've seen. You saw a big one here as well, but this is just, I mean, it comes off this base, and institutions have just been, buying the living hell out of the stock. Of course, the big one was this move by Jane Street to come in. You see, they filed a 13G. Their latest share count, 65 million shares. You guys know, I'm sure you guys know, you have to file a 13G when your beneficial interest goes above 5%. So that's opposed to their 13F, which they filed down here, calls. They also increased their calls by 14%. I don't know what they did with their puts. Their puts, they actually increased by 46%. But then their share count down here, they also increased by 133%. So I think these are different shares. So maybe they actually own, even more than that, but I'm not absolutely positive about that. But the bottom line is, everybody's loading the stock. Vanguard increased by 1%. They have over 100 million shares. You have BlackRock increasing by 3%. Susquehanna increased their calls by 88%. They're another very influential trader and market maker. Basically everybody who's anybody increasing. It's not just Jane Street. It's literally, almost everybody. Think about Marshall Wace. I mean, those guys make incredible guitar amplifiers, and they're buying 8 million shares like it's nothing. You get Charles Schwab, or Chuck Schwab. Well, check Schwab. He's picking up, 6.6 million. So kudos to Chuck on that purchase. Renaissance Technologies dumping. Their average cost is $727. So perhaps taking profits. Mitsubishi UFJ, Kukusai Asset Management Company Limited. Of course, the great people at Mitsubishi UFJ, Kukusai Asset Management Company Limited, increasing by 12%. You just, on and on, guys. ARC increasing by 118% in this particular fund. I don't know if they increased their net position or what, but anyway, it's just everything is extremely bullish. You can see everybody lining up behind this stock, everybody buying the stock. You can see shorts are just in a horrible position to try to defend anything to the upside. Today, they're returning 93,000 shares or whatever, 93,000 return shares. But you can see, guys, the short just falling apart. It was all the way up here at 14% of the free float. Now it's down to 8. And 8's kind of a normal number for, a growth stock that's not making an extreme amount of profit yet. So this is basically gone from a market maker's, toy that they were just shorting and stepping on to basically bulls being completely in charge of the stock. And that's just the way it is. And that's why I think they're going to send it up even further, because it's like Kitty Woods was talking about Tesla. It's like, when they suppress a stock with this much, vim and vigor for so long, so far below its fair value, it's going to have an equal and opposite reaction the other way. So maybe a stock like SoFi that should have run to 25 or 30, that stock might run up to 40 or 50, just because shorts are like, look at these shorts. The shorts, they're short 100 million shares. They only have 60 million shares on loan. So are they naked short? Are they short long? What's going on with these guys? Utilization is only at 11%. Of course, there's no cost to borrow. There's never any cost to borrow on the stock. But this is the type of stock that eventually I think the short interest will get down to 2-3%, because there's almost no volatility with their earnings. There's very little, I think, risk that this company could ever really falter too badly or go out of business. I think they're setting up a sort of a cash machine that's inevitable, and they're setting up to be able to not only sell their membership all sorts of goods and services on the flywheel, but they're also setting it up to sell their membership to other outside vendors, which could be even more valuable than anything. And they're selling, just on their platform to non-members and members alike. I think they're going to be selling things on the platform. I don't think it's just going to be selling their membership. I think it's going to be selling the general public. So there'll be a members area and there'll be a storefront area, like a Sky Mall. SoFi is going to be basically a Sky Mall for rich people and fat people. Is this making sense to anybody? No? Good. Me neither. Oh, Mopar for Life is here. Good to see you, Mopar. An old one of the original people who was watching the old SoFi videos back when I was a little bit younger, perhaps a little bit fatter, a little bit wiser, little less wrinkles, a little bit better sense of humor, a little bit more in my savings, fewer idiotic penny stock losses. Oh, I've been buying some crypto, damn it. I've been buying XRP. I've been buying me some Ethereum, been buying a little bit more Bitcoin. I'm just such a whiny, weak loser. I'm saying I don't really necessarily believe in crypto, but I just feel like everybody's talking about it being the future. Everybody's got a Lamborghini. Everybody's walking around with a huge swinging yak. I'm over here ass out, man. Sitting here with a novelty SoFi shirt I ordered myself. Pair of pretty impressive man boobs. I am man boobing for fun and profit utilizing the Tebadaki method, the first proprietary trading system developed exclusively for plus size and portly gentlemen. People with a shorter time horizon, if you know what I mean. Oh, big guys. We got to take more risks because we're going to die younger. Big fat fuck. Oh, what are you saving money for? What are you saving money for if it's not just being obese. You're not just going to have a heart attack and a stroke and everything else. Plus, I got the short legs. I got the short, fat legs. God blessed me with those. Oh, God did a number on me. You know, they always say he broke the mold. He's like, break the mold, break the mold. No, not in the good sense. Like, break the mold. This fat guy, I can't stand his jokes already. He's a baby. Like Don Rickles coming out, giving everybody a hard time. Just trying to tickle your funny bone. Don't take it personal. Let's see. First watch was spring going into summer 2023. So Low Country's been here for a while too. I don't even know how long this channel's been on, to be honest with you. It's such a complete piece of crap. I don't know. I even texted Not a Lurker. I never text him. He usually just pops up. His bald radar. You don't know, but inside that head, he's got a Doppler radar, and I'm able to send him signals, let him know when the show is going to be on with mental telepathy. It's a bald energy we share. A lot of people think we're twins. He just grew hair, got fat, developed a horrible sense of humor. Oh, no such luck. No such luck. Anyway, I don't really know what this video is about, but basically, like, I don't think this thing's done. It sure doesn't look done. Doesn't look done on the chart. This isn't how rallies end, gapping up with volume. Needham just raising their price target to 29. I mean, they've been a long time, pretty bullish on SoFi for years. They've seen it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. SoFi doesn't chase. Noto does things in a very controlled, conservative manner. That's how he is. He could have made more loans. They could have juiced the books. They could have definitely juiced the top line, but it might have negatively affected the bottom line in the future if they started just making more and more lesser quality loans to sort of the, shoe shine all-stars out there. Oh, the country club golf hustlers. Anyway, I hope y'all's personal life is going well too, Emilio. Yeah, mine's going pretty good. I mean, buy stupid stocks, do stupid things. I've been walking. I've been really, really getting my steps, man. Getting some exercise. Been inspired by the great Not a Lurker. Anyway, yeah, I don't really know what I was talking about. Neo, I think, is going to make a huge. People are asking me about Neo. I think Neo looks strong. I think CRISPR is just about to pop back over 70. That stock just looks way, way, way too strong. Every pharma company needs their pipeline. Every pharma company needs their pipeline. These dinosaurs are dying, and they know it. They know if they don't get out ahead of these, gene therapies and gene editing and all this other stuff, they're just missing out on the future. And these pharmaceutical companies plan decades and decades ahead. These are not quick. These are not like, we're going for a couple year revenue hit, like an energy drink. And then we go out and, once our testicles have shrunk down significantly, we go out and find a new line. And we do, like rhino horn boner pills in the convenience stores or whatever. Oh, you guys know what I mean. I know you've all run a shady supplement company or two in your day. As have I. Oh, nothing like a little minimum security federal prison. Kind of spice things up. Spice up your mid-30s. Oh, as Fletch said, you ever serve time, Doc? Just relax. Fletch one. What a good film. Love the Harley. Like, okay, I like motorcycles. I got nothing against Harley Davidsons. They're beautiful, amazing motorcycles. But the guy who is just revving the engine when it's in neutral constantly outside the office. Come on, dude. We get it. You got a huge dick on you. You got a huge set on you. Kick anybody's ass. Every woman's just, tossing their chonies at you. We get it. You're a huge fucking stud. Bumping around in a leather vest. I bet Alberto Bertiavalez, when he's cruising one of his Harleys, he's not just revving that shit up for no reason, saying, hey, look at me, I got a huge dick. He knows he got a huge dick. All right? So my thing is, if you're a Harley rider, if you don't do unnecessary revving, we know you got a huge set on you. You got a huge schlong on you. You're just doing a ton of unnecessary revving. We're going to assume un poco. So it's beyond notice. I don't know why the show always comes back to some just. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, don't watch the show at 2x speed. You're definitely gonna have a seizure, unless you have man boobs. If you have man boobs, don't worry about it. You fall over, you're gonna be just fine. Gonna stop the fall, if you will. My end of year. The end of year is tough, because I think it's going to run up a little bit more and then it's going to pull back a little bit again. But December, they like to hit it in January. It really depends. I mean, I think the economy is in. Yeah, I think people don't know how much trouble the economy's in. I think the stock market, the jobs are weak, inflation. You're going to cut interest rates into inflation. It's very problematic. I mean, real, as Al Gore said, real wages are down. Like, I mean, I don't know how people are already on the edge. People are already right on the edge. I mean, farmers, like, China just is pissing all over us. They're not even going to buy fucking soybeans now. I mean, everybody's just circumventing us because they don't want to deal with these fucking unstable, like, tariff regimes that they can't even plan for. I mean, it was one of this rounding up the people at the Hyundai LG thing was one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard of in my life. That the whole fucking South Korean public now is absolutely up in arms, looking to pull out billions and billions of dollars of investment. And those technical experts that they put in shackles for like a week, like there's some type of criminals, were over here training our people on how to, assemble a fucking battery factory. Use some fucking judgment. You're making us uninvestable. People think their fucking workers are going to be rounded up and shackled and, treated as if they're criminals. It doesn't make any sense. South Korea is one of our strongest fucking allies. One of the most dangerous parts of the world. They're right in the thick of it. Your thumb in their eye. Media coverage over there is just insane now. Completely anti-American. Overnight. Fucking brilliant. Oh, I fucking hate everybody. Oh yeah, end of year price. I don't know. Let me look at the chart. I'll give you an end of year price prediction. Let me see what I figure out. Let me see what things is looking like. It's so hard to say because, I mean, this is such an epic move, but I think it has legs. I think it moves. I think it could be rejected at 30, but I think ultimately this run this year, if this thing just shakes, so it's on shaky legs, man. Maybe runs up to about 32. I feel like it'll finish the year maybe around this level. I mean, perhaps a bit higher, but anywhere between high 20s, low 30s. I don't think it's going to be that much more than that unless we see that pop in EPS. Now, a lot of people are thinking that pop in EPS coming next year. I think we might see some huge surprises. I mean, I think SoFi has things up their sleeve that, I of course don't know about. I mean, they're talking about full options, crypto, of course, all this stuff we knew was coming back. But I think SoFi is just so much more than this sort of narrow box people have them in. SoFi, I think, could be a brand that is just sort of ubiquitous. I don't know if that's the right word. I don't really even know what that word means. I don't think I know properly what the word ubiquitous means. Like everywhere. I don't think that's actually what it means. Relatable. I don't know. Those words, I just never really knew what it meant. But I think I say it. Probably sound like an asshole. What else is new, right? Anyway, a fat asshole at that. Don't forget that. Yeah, I agree with you, Carl. I mean, that's just not Noto. Like, he plays things so close to the vest, and they have stuff in the pipeline. They could be out there doing these, song and dances where he dresses up in, high top shoes and a little fucking cardigan sweater with like a white shirt. It's just untucked. Probably bought it from that company, Untucked. Just out there dancing around, fucking fog machines everywhere. Noto's not a fucking carnival barker. Okay, he's not a fucking clown. He's a man. He's a man of men. Lift in a basement with Joe Rogan, if you know what I mean. We'll take our pants down. We'll take our pants down. Oh, that's another show, guys. If you ever lifted in a basement with Joe Rogan. None too pleasant. Starts out fine. Goes south in a hurry. No pun intended. I don't know. None of their announced. It's not a flashy company. It's not that kind of company. They don't want to be that kind of company. They want to be like Microsoft and like let Robinhood be like Apple. It's just how they frame themselves. It's how they project their image. And that's how I think they're curating their image. They're curating their image. I don't know. I sound like such a jerk. What are the learnings here? I wish I was like Tevis and I actually knew what all these terms meant. Business speak. Wish I led a team. Nobody's going to let me lead a team. I've been trespassed from most of the Arby's in Los Angeles County. They'll let me. No, you can't have any more horsey sauce. Get the hell out of here. Just wanted some horsey sauce. I already gave you a dozen horsey sauces. Yeah, but I ordered 5 sandwiches. You guys ever have drama in Arby's? I always have drama in Arby's. They don't stack my mile high enough. Try to screw me on those sliders. Give me a piece of chicken with no chicken in it. It's just breading. Hey, this fat guy doesn't need the chicken. Let's give him a piece of breading. Just fuck with him. So I'm basically getting a piece of fried breading and a dinner roll. Yep. Excellent. Very good. I was trying to carbo load. I'm running a big 10K tomorrow morning. Oh, you're running a 10K? You look like a big fat, out of shape jerk. Oh, thank you. Excellent. Yeah, totally. What is a grit? I gotta try it. Anyway. So anybody else want to talk about anything? I'm gonna end this show because I don't have anything to say. Oh yeah, people always ask about different stuff. Let's see if just any insider buys. I don't think there have been. They're probably selling, if anything. Yeah, insider ownership is still 15.79%, but I think a lot of that is just stock-based compensation and grants and stuff. I haven't heard about a lot of people buying shares. Yeah, there really hasn't been, There was a lot of insider. This was, of course, Noto buying and stuff back in January of 2023 when the stock price was really down. But it's supposed to have been sales and stuff. I always get bitter when I look at like Chamath's share count. Oh man, nutsack, if you know what I mean. The old nutsack meets cheese grater. Never have that many shares. Even I sold both kidneys and a testicle. I find there's no market for a fat man's testicle. Nope, that testicle's taking a lot of abuse. I notice when you run, it's taking an absolute beating. Fat thigh smacks. You depreciate a testicle. It's an interesting concept. I'll have to ask my CPA. Maybe we could bring in strongman. Talk about testicle depreciation. Talk about eczema. Hairy backs. Nostril camera angles. I actually like strongman because he's obnoxious and his jokes are not funny at all, and he laughs at them maniacally like they're the funniest thing in the world, which, people that do that, I think totally. But he's completely right in that most of the people online are just idiots and liars, and they don't 10x stocks, and they don't they shouldn't be picking stocks, because it's like I keep saying, it's not which stocks you buy, it's just when you buy and when you sell. You can make money on anything. You make money just trading the index. Doesn't matter. Trade the QQQ. It's just self-control, understanding what you're doing, understanding the timing of it, taking the emotion out of it. If you do those things, you're going to make money. I mean, good research helps too, picking winners, of course. If the stock never becomes a winner, then you're ass out. You're just sitting there, not only losing money, but losing time. If there's one thing, the Tebidaki system teaches us, is that portly traders do not have a lot of time. I wish you had more time. That's a Denzel Washington impression from the film Man on Fire. He's about to kill that fat, sweaty cop. The Guardianes. He's like, don't correct my pronunciation. Guardianes, my friend. I'm beginning to like the people here. Hey guys, I got a little pro tip for you. It's also part of the Tebidaki method. If Denzel Washington ever asks you or invites you to the booty house, just say no immediately. You guys want to go to the booty house? He's like, nah, not right now. I got to study and stuff. Are you sure you don't want to go to the booty house? Nah, don't sound fun. It's like, yeah. What if I just hammer both your testicles? These chrome-plated 45s. How would that be? He's like, sounds pretty weak, but sounds better than the booty house. I just like saying booty house. I can't really do a Denzel Washington impression, but I try. I don't know. CRM trying to decide if they're going back up. It's so hard. You just don't know. Chris is at 40 end of year. Very aggressive. I'm more low 30s. I mean, even if it pushes up, Chris, I think over the next couple of months, say, I don't know, end of October pushes up toward the high 30s, I think it would retrace at that point. I just don't think the stock will move up directly from 8 to 40. I hope I'm wrong. Hope it goes, could one state throw a football to the moon. Hope it goes to 100, Hope it goes to the moon, literally. But I'm just trying to give you my realistic take on it. But yeah, I just look at a stock that has made this type of move, and the growth is incredibly consistent and amazing, which is why I want to own the stock long term. But it's not like this explosive, insane, growth numbers. It's not. But I think what you are going to see explosive, insane, not diarrhea, but EPS growth. I think you're going to start to see EPS growth that just dramatically outpaces revenue growth, because those marginal revenues are going to send a ton of money to the bottom line, because they basically paid off a lot of the fixed costs, a lot of the growing pains, a lot of the integrations, a lot of the new systems, a lot of the stock-based compensation obviously is a percentage of revenues coming down and down and down, because you don't need to hire new personnel for every member you add. And that's the thing, you're adding these high quality members, so you're adding, nearly 1 million a month. You think about the rate at which you're growing this company. If you have 10 million members now, By the time one more year goes by, you're going to have 13 million members. The company itself is going to grow by 30% in that year in terms of just the membership base. And those are going to be more active members, the more current ones. So it'll actually be more growth than that in reality. I just think SoFi has set up a model that is so incredibly consistent, so brilliant. And it seems very simple. And I think, like much like Walter Sobchak's plan, its brilliance is in its simplicity. Slow down to 15 mph, grab the Uzi, roll out, double back, beat it out of him. It's like, Walter. Anyway, so Chris is here. Crypto, L1 options, rate cuts, 2 more partnerships to announce, but most importantly, markets are forward. Chris, if markets really saw what I think SoFi will be in 10 years, the stock should be 50 or more now. Because if you're actually paying for the business model and you're paying for Noto and you're paying for the quality of the membership and you're paying for the growth and you're paying for the eventual margins, pay up, schmuck. Look, you pay me. He beat me straight up. Pay that man his money. My mom was a teacher. I don't care. I'm here for the paycheck. Tell it to Kanish. I'll tell you something, Mikey. You be chan straight up. You guys like the movie Rounders? I've seen it a time or two. I like Worm. Mechanic. Those guys, Roman and Maurice, like those are outfit guys. I know those aren't exactly. I haven't seen it quite a while, but back in my poker days, I used to watch it quite frequently, so I thought it gave me an edge at the tables. Turns out it didn't. My stock gains funded some. I was pretty good at poker, but back in the old heavy drinking days. Heavy Dinkin' days, my Dinkin' Donuts. Oh, Dinkin' Donuts, I'll tell you, little locker room fun. Anyway, between 35 and 40, Chris, I think that's entirely reasonable. I don't think that's out of line at all. As I said, I'd be more low 30s. I'm saying just the only thing that just makes me cautious with the high 20s comment or even lower mid 20s is like if we don't see those rate cuts, if inflation starts to run. See, you get into, employment going down and inflation not coming down. So that's not ideal. You're trying to create, an economic downturn, I guess, if you will, an economic slowdown. So inflation slows down. So people, not spending uncontrollably, but people have a tremendous appetite now for debt. People have a tremendous appetite for risk. A lot of these people say they have a lot of their savings in crypto. So that to me is like a big risk, hanging over the head of like a Robinhood is I'm not saying their company is going to be in any trouble in an economic downturn, but if the economy really falls apart, I think they're definitely going to get hit a lot harder than somebody like a company like SoFi, who is, I think, at this point, I don't know, is SoFi more diversified than Robinhood? It's hard to say. I have to really look at their books, but I think Robinhood, it really just comes down to everybody's there basically to trade and invest in crypto and options and these strategies. And if the wheels fall off or the bottom falls out, people are still going to need the sort of meat and potatoes services that SoFi offers. But Robinhood offers those same services. You're like, well, Robinhood's at a competitive disadvantage because they don't have a bank. I don't really know if that's true. Couldn't Robinhood buy a bank if they wanted to? I don't know. Maybe they won't let them because of the crypto association, but it seems like the Trump administration, that's really not that big of a problem anymore. But maybe you have to structure it in such a way, that things are divided. I don't know. I don't have a clue, guys. That's the thing. If you watch this show for any length of time, you know that I basically don't know anything. People are putting comments on the screen. That must mean the great Noto lurkers here. Or did I hit that? Maybe I hit that. I don't think Noto lurkers here. Has anybody seen Noto lurker? Noto lurkers here. Damn right. He's not missing him, Poco Moss. Sure, with his big wrench, swinging a big wrench. Put your pants back on, Noto lurker. Put your wrench away. No, I saw that comment. I was like, he must be here. Because I didn't hit anything. Believe Noto used through the last capital raise to hold new loans and sell them at a profit after the Fed lowered. You can tell Noto's been holding his powder for a long, long time. Maybe he's holding his powder too long, expecting rate cuts far. I mean, everybody was expecting rate cuts last year. Things don't always go the way you want them to go. So, but with inflation, you don't want people like, oh, cut rates, cut rates, cut rates. I don't know why people want rate cuts, given the data we're seeing. If I was, a Fed governor, they don't let, fat turds and man boobs be Fed governors, but willing suspension of disbelief. If they did, I wouldn't vote for a rate cut right now. Why? Because unemployment's going up. So what? That's really not, that's not your job. Your only job is, controlling inflation, essentially. I mean, that's not really true, but like there is pain. People are like, whoa, there's pain. You got to cut rates. No, you don't. There's supposed to be pain. That's the entire idea. You have to break something. We're such pussies, What's up, Catfish? The great Catfish's channel has been absolutely crushing it with his unique method of day trading and his original scores. It's entertaining. You can just put it on in the background and watch it. Even if you don't even do stocks, his show is entertaining. Like, honest to God. Let's see. What do we got? What's up? What's up? Yeah, again, Catfish, dude. You guys like and sub Catfish's channel. He doesn't need us because we're a tiny turd. But his channel's a lot of fun, and his songs are fucking great. Let's see. So many freaking texts. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. But yeah, at least the great Noto lurker's here, so he's stabilized the ship. But anyway, what the hell were we talking about? I can't remember. Can retrace, sink the 1 million core. It's Chris. I mean, it's an absolute juggernaut. It's unstoppable. It's inevitable. It's a freaking avalanche rolling downhill. One like an avalanche coming down a mountain. I don't mind the sun sometimes. I can feel it on my lips. Who was that? What band was that? I can't even remember. God, my memory sucks. I hate getting old. I can't remember anything. I hurt myself just standing up. Literally just constant injuries. Like my neck's been hurt for like 4 days. No reason. At least when I used to get hurt, it was like doing something cool. Doing something athletic or dangerous. Now I hurt my neck like taking the trash out. Slip a disc washing the car. One of those quarter car washes. How'd you hurt yourself? CrossFit? No, I was trying to wash some bird poop off my wheel. Oh, cool. You must be a fat old suburban douche. Some might say. You guys like Oasis? I do. Big Oasis fan. Yeah, I guess they were gonna do like reuniting. Are they doing that American tour? And I guess they were worried they had like really shut up about any anti-Trump stuff because they weren't gonna let him in the country. It's fucking crazy. But hey, this is the new reality. But always like rock musicians, they tend to be more liberal and drug users, young. So it's not unusual they'd criticize, a conservative administration, not just in the US, but anywhere. But used to be able to do stuff like that. Not no mo. But anyway, I hope they let him in. I can't afford tickets anyway. Losing too much money on prop. Guys, everybody's really worried about prop. Just don't worry about it. Just look at the chart on that one. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to pull it up right now. I think Super Micro looks very strong. I mean, the chart looks really good to me. If it can clear this level here, I mean, 46. I think it's not going to necessarily fill this gap or anything, but I think 53 definitely. I mean, it'll move up. You know how this stock moves. Slower than molasses in January. No, moves like grease lightning. Who's that outlaw Josie Wales? Like, draw that pistol. Oh, you just take it out slower than molasses in January. It's like absolutely inevitable that Josie was going to kill those freaking fur trappers. You taking on Josie Wales, you some fucking sodbuster, sharecropper. We got us Josie Wales. Yeah, you think? Think he doesn't have a fucking pistol under that goddamn sombrero or whatever he's holding? He's obviously going to kill you. He's fucking Clint Eastwood. He kills everybody. Doesn't matter if it's like 1970s San Francisco or 1860s, Arizona. He's going to kill you if you pursue him. If you're a bounty hunter pursuing Clint Eastwood, cease and desist. Cease and desist. It's going to kill you. Are you pursuing some, old Civil War beef across the entire South, some insane colonel? Is that the guy from Police Squad? Was that weird colonel and the outlaw Josie Wales was going after him? It's like dark eye. I think he was in, maybe one of the Star Wars movies or something. Not really sure. Perhaps I'm confused. I did some ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers. We're in a sweat lodge right now. This is all kind of a big peyote hallucination. Me and A-Rod. What is ayahuasca? Is that anything like dabs? Whatever happened to Marco Guzar, my dab guy? Yeah, it's definitely getting frisky, Jarrett. What's up? Jarrett Matson's here too. A lot of the old SoFi crew back. Doing some SoFi. I just got SoFi. I love SoFi. I didn't people like, oh, did you sell all your SoFi? No, I didn't sell my SoFi. Sell SoFi at 100, maybe. I'm still alive. Anyway. What's up, Catfish? Yeah, Catfish, man. You guys got to that's what's so awesome I love about YouTube is you can just be yourself, dude. You can be an individual. You can be a big douche with man boobs. You can be a dude who sings his own parody songs. And it's fucking awesome. And you don't have to watch, but you can. And you want to. Catfish and Poco Moss, all that. I mean, when I was learning about stocks, we had no access to resources. I wouldn't have invested in any of these companies. I would have maybe even never known about SoFi, like back to IPO, SPAC. Before the internet, we didn't even know about this stuff. I didn't, as an, lowly retail investor. Would have never thought about investing in SPACs, when I was a kid. I don't even know if they existed, but IPOs, none of that. Just wasn't on my radar screen, Anyway, yeah, great to see you too, Catfish. Thanks for stopping by. I'm on you. I watch your show all the time. I just don't comment a lot because then people start commenting and it kind of I'm reading the conversation. So, and I usually don't have anything intelligent to say anyway. Pretty much the same as my channel. Dude, I have the rock opera, Catfish. It's just so bad. I don't know. I could do it. I have it here. It's just so bad because my musical taste is not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, you guys like My Chemical Bromance. You guys are I kept doing a thing with if they beat a certain EPS, I was going to do the rock opera, but that was come like 1 or 2 cents short. So now it's so untopical and it's even hard for me to read. And when I go through it, it's just so bad. There's a Tom Petty part. I won't back down. What else do I have? It's awful. Got some Garth Brooks, Net Profit Rolls. Got some I don't know. It's terrible. It's just terrible. I don't know. One day I'll grow the balls to do it, Catfish, or I won't. One day my testicles will descend. Carl Seamark, calling his shot at like the Babe at 27.93. Babe Ruth, what a elite athletes with man boobs are so passe, so 1930s, 20s, whenever the fuck he was alive. What it is, catfish, what it is. Yep. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by, catfish. I really appreciate it. I get, since I'm just have no balls, I'll do the rock opera tomorrow, but I'm not saying what time. Probably in the middle of the night when nobody's because honestly, it's going to be bad. I'm not a singer. I'm not like catfish. I'm not a triple threat. I'm not even a single threat. I can't sing. I can't act. I can't dance. I can't do stocks. I can't do anything. Basically useless as tits on bar. Oh no. Anyway, so thank you, Not a Lurker. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Catfish. Thank you, the great Carl Seamark. Of course, the great Chris. Man probably has more SoFi shares than all of us put together. Certainly a SoFi bull. Looking for high 30s, if not 40s, by EOY. We got the great Ian B. Getting technical analysis and yeah, definitely get your fiber, Ian. Definitely get your fiber. Harder to poop as you get older too. Everything's harder. You can't pee. It's hard to pee. Then you got to pee like every 5 minutes at night. How many times can I wake up to pee? Like 6? I'm trying to hydrate more because I'm trying to lose weight. But also when you're trying to lose weight, you need good sleep. So I got one testicle bigger than the other. I'm waking up 6 times to pee. Something's got to give. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Think you do. Think you do, Ian B. You're no stranger to missized testicles. So I've been told. No offense. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, Carl, Chris, Catfish, Ian, all the same people. The great Jarrett, we already said hello. Emilio, thanks for stopping by, Emilio. The great Bobby Joe. Sorry, I'm going kind of backwards, guys. Just want to say hello to everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by. It's job openings going down. Yeah, agree, Bobby Joe. Agree. It's not what it is right now. It's what I'm seeing coming. I mean, if you can't cut rates, you have no jobs. You have AI taking jobs. You have foreign investment like the Koreans pulling out. This is not a time we can afford to lose $8 billion in LG and Hyundai factories just to swing our dicks around and try to act like the biggest fucking dick on the block, King Dick. Dude, that's not freaking proving anything. Getting one of our closest allies to hate our guts is not a fucking art of anything. It's stupid. Koreans are very fucking proud people. They hold grudges forever. They'll die with a grudge. You're at a fucking feud with a Korean? Good luck. You ain't going to win that battle, friend. Ugh. And we need domestic production of these batteries more than anything. And we don't know how to fucking assemble the factories. So we take all the people that are helping us learn that and we shackle them and hold them in the factory for a week until their fucking foreign minister comes over here and says, let our people go, or all hell's going to break loose. I don't get some of this stuff, guys. I don't understand what they're trying to prove by rounding up all these fucking South Korean technical experts who are over here, helping us essentially, investing billions and billions of dollars in our country. It'll lead to jobs and production. And I mean, the administration says what they want is to bring jobs here and factories here. And the Koreans are doing that in, lock, stock, and barrel. They're doing exactly what we want them to do. And what do? We go in and, round them up and shackle them and treat them like try to harden criminals. Does that make sense to anybody? Why haven't people been fired? Making the United States uninvestable. It's not good. And I'm for a secure border. Don't get me wrong. Fucking situation down there is totally crazy. You know, but it's not all or nothing. And it's not all about trying to, throw your dick on the table every chance you get. It's one of our best allies, one of our most important allies. And now everybody's canceling their fucking joint strike fighter orders. Who was it? The Portuguese and the Dutch and I think another Scandinavian country. They canceled their fucking F-35 orders and they're buying Rafael jets. Because they're like, is he going to come and blackmail us with spare parts? What's this guy going to do? They don't know. It's just crushing industry. I mean, we need EV. People are like, oh, EV's dying. We're going to phase out EV. EV's not dying. Look at the rest of the world. EV is everything. It's taking over China. It's taking over Europe. It's taking over the entire industrialized world. Kidding ourselves if we think the future is fossil fuels. Just absolutely ridiculous stubbornness. It doesn't make your dick any bigger to, roll coal or whatever. I just don't get this stuff. Like everything is now some measure of like politics and masculinity and liberals were for Tesla and then liberals hate Tesla. It's all exhausting, man. It's all exhausting. But if you read like The Art of War, anything, any philosophy on competition or war or business, you don't want to turn your best allies, your most necessary, your most trusted allies, and basically thumb them in the eye and give them the middle finger and tell them to fuck off. We're bigger than you, so we're gonna do whatever we want, treat you like shit. That ain't how the world works, man. Everybody's quickly figuring out life goes on without the US. US trade, the world, the free markets have an amazing way of figuring things out. And if we want to exclude ourselves from those free markets, we do that at our own peril. We won't be the reserve currency anymore. We'll lose so many of our levers of control. It's like the federal government doesn't have a lot of levers of control over the economy. Oh, an independent Fed is critical. I mean, this Harvard guy, they're nominating in this temporary role. I don't know. It's not that he's dumb, or I'm not criticizing him as a person, but he's a White House employee. He's a political employee going on as a Fed governor. He's not even going to resign from his other job. He's going to recuse himself from his political job while he's a member of the Fed. This is not how we do things, guys. This is complete fucking tomfoolery. It's shenanigans. Politicizing the Fed is a mistake. It would be a mistake if a liberal administration did it, and it's a mistake now. Without an independent Fed, the US economy is fucking lost. If interest rates become politics, we're fucked. You're going to see inflation spiral. You're going to see debt spiral. You're going to see everything's unsustainable now. It's the fault of both parties and everybody. But if we get rid of the independent Fed, there are no more levers. Everything is politics. And it's very dangerous, in my opinion. I don't understand all or nothing, policy. Like there's no new, you want a secure border, you want immigration, you want to get criminals out, all this stuff, Latin American gangs, fentanyl, all of that makes sense. That makes sense to me. We should have a secure border. We should know who's here. People should follow the law. I think. But does that mean you round everybody up? Does that mean you go in and rough up and, essentially manhandle a bunch of, workers who think they have the right to be here and working? And it's basically something that's done consistently with these technical experts where they don't get the full complement of visas. And we don't give Korea any visas. So we treat, you cannot treat your closest and most loyal allies like shit. You have to give them the respect they deserve, especially a country like Korea, which is so proud and they're so, traditional. I don't know. I don't know anything, guys. Anyway, that's been an hour. I don't mean it's not really like a political show, but this stuff, it affects trade so much. I mean, it affects everything. It affects the economy. It affects jobs. It affects stocks. I mean, it affects the whole American EV industry. It affects our competitiveness. These companies that have been, trying so hard to sort of transition toward the future, a lot of their investment was for naught because it just sort of didn't catch on for a variety of reasons here in this country. I think, the end of the tax credit, that's fine with me. I mean, I'm for free markets. Like the most benefit of anyone with these tax credits, of course, was Tesla. And I don't have any problem with that. I'm a big Tesla investor. I love Tesla. I think Tesla is going to go down as one of the most important companies in American history and probably in world history. Because I think the EV revolution is so much more. It's the battery revolution. It's the energy storage revolution. What was always missing in energy transmission is the storage. I mean, you can send energy anywhere, but you can't store it. You have to use it right then. What's the problem with solar? What's the problem with renewables? It goes hand in hand. Renewables aren't really that useful without energy storage, energy distribution. Microgrids, schmicrogrids, like a micro weighing. It's just not that useful. Yeah, you might power a log cabin off grid with a couple bohemian, kids living in a van, guy with ripped abs and a goatee and some Jesus hair and some chick, great body. She's just super natural, super lighthearted. She says she doesn't do makeup, but she does light makeup. She's not vain. She doesn't really care what she looks like, but she does. Oh, fuck those van life people. Their abs, their chiseled cheekbones, their Zen attitude. So circumspect. Whatever happens, there's a lesson in it. Our car broke down, our engine blew up, we got a flat tire. We got mugged and attacked by a grizzly bear. It's nothing good. Yeah, but it's all good karma. No, it's not. Shut up. Go eat some trail mix. All right. I'm getting too bitter, guys. What else is new? Thanks, Catfish. I appreciate you. It's Guy Fucks here with Anonymous. Sometimes doing nothing is the correct answer. Dumpy cannot not touch the hot stove. I know, man. Sometimes nothing is a pretty cool hand, That's one of the things. Sometimes you got to learn to shut up, and being strong is just doing nothing. It's just not talking. It's just not acting. It's not reacting. Being reactive is not strength. Let other people react to you. Construct your own reality. There's a great speech by Jim Carrey where he talks about, you're the director. You write the script. It's like, if you're not happy with things are going, you say cut, you do a rewrite, and you reshoot that shit because you're in charge of your own life. You only have one. Don't do scenes that make you unhappy. Not when you're the writer, the director, and the fucking star. I don't even know if he actually said that. It was a long time ago. I heard him. Kind of just making it up as I go. All right, guys. I tore my coccyx. I deviated my septum and everything else. So I really appreciate it. Mopar for life. Thanks so much. Great Nauta Lurker. We got the great Chris, the great Alberto Berti Avalez. We got the great Princess J. We got the great QT. Of course, got the great, Chris, Catfish, whoever else was here, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Paul Gardner is here. PG checking in. The great PG. PG, not PG-13, guys, just PG. The great Paul Gardner. Good to see Paul Gardner. Good to see you coming in. Great Paul Gardner, guys. Don't want to Definitely don't want to be remiss and acknowledge the fact Paul Gardner's here. Wouldn't be a party without Paul Gardner. So anyway, on that note, Paul Gardner. PG 45. All right, buddy, we got you. Sean Markey, SRM Contracting is late to the party, guys. You need any contracting? Of course, his last client, he nearly beat to death with a piece of rebar. But hey, credit card was declined. Seemed totally reasonable at the time. They're good friends to this day. No. Sean Markey from SRM Contracting, just to be clear, does not beat clients with rebar. It's got 100% satisfaction on, what's that thing? Angie's List. Dude, that Angie's List lady, she sold that company for so much money. It's in that sweater. Oh my God, why can't I have any good ideas? Why can't I be smart enough like Sean Markey to be a contractor? Gotta be pretty smart to be a contractor. Anyway, go Raiders. Completely agree with you. Not a lurker. Thanks so much, guys. Un poco mas. Again, just want to state that Paul Gardner's 45. Sean Markey did not beat his client to death with rebar. And the Raiders are committed to prize and poison excellence. Guys, sorry this show is such a weird ramble. It's just, I'm an idiot. What can I do? Peace.